Look, I'm not a teacher or anything. I don't claim to be smart. But if you guys are such fans of theories, because evolution is a theory, then I can spout some more. I just like to yap. The thing is, just by what everything is predicated on, it should make you second guess these theories. You know, if they were such great ideas, they wouldn't have to cram them down your throat at every corner. You see what I'm saying? The thing is that evolution, right after that, all of a sudden some lives became more valuable than others, right? It's like, oh, we're all just apes. These people are apes. They just haven't evolved yet. They haven't turned pale by seeing the Holy Ghost. We should help them. We should help them evolve. It's just natural selection. 'Tis the natural order of things, sir. When these theories are just preying on your fear of death, they're preying on. I'm sure there's plenty of work out there that debates the theory, but nobody's gonna research it because then they'd have to rethink their whole fucking life. Because everybody thinks it's science versus the church and stuff when they go hand in hand, really. You know, like I think Darwin first was trying to travel just to spread, just be in ministry. They send the cloaks there first, and then they go colonize it, and those who didn't convert, those who weren't saved, are condemned to die. And this is still today. Everybody's saying, "Oh, it was a different time. It was a different time." No, they're militarizing your mind, preying on your fear of death. It's like, I'm sure there's validity in these theories, sure, but it's always through colonization of indigenous ideas and wisdom. They always take everything and assign it to some white guy and say, "This is the brilliant people. This is what brilliant people look like. This is what they look like." And they all speak English, and they all look old and wise. You don't ever see a picture of Darwin when he was a dumb idiot preacher boy. Like, it took him till he was like 40 years old to denounce Christianity. But then there's stories of him being on his deathbed and saying that he regretted his theory at all. And he wanted to congregate people around him and tell him that he was going to heaven as he was dying. Because at the end of the day, it's not observable. At the end of the day, I don't care if I came from monkeys, bro. I'm not trying to surpass anything. I'm not trying to prove that I'm superior than other things. That's not what I was put on this earth for. I don't care. Like, these people didn't dissect things to understand them better. They were picking apart their flaws and saying how nature is dangerous, and it's just chaos, when really nature is the greatest provider of all time. It provides. You adapt, you unfold with Mother Nature as she unfurls. You don't try to conquer her and fucking surpass everything else. You're just causing more chaos. And then excuse your viewpoint. That's why I say you're trying to look at the bigger picture while scoped in on a fucking gun barrel, on a scope. That's not how you see the world. You relate to things. You identify with things. You don't say, "Oh, that's that way because it's flawed." I think some of Darwin's later works, he describes like man and their emotions and stuff, which is like foundation for psychology. Like, that's a real thing. Like, that's provable at all. That whole practice, that's bogus. They were just trying to differentiate something from philosophy, which was also used to subjugate peoples. They just give you all these ideas to think about and race around in this rat race instead of actually figuring things out, how the natural world works. They keep you in your head instead of using your hands to cultivate. People think they have to gather evidence to prove their own points, not to live alongside with nature. So if you choose to believe that you come from apes, hey, by all means, go bananas. But I mean, you being stuck in the mindset of somebody from the 1850s, yeah, that's evolution at its work right there. Crazy work.